Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name is Johnny Rashman. Right, let's get straight into it. Finally, the words I didn't think I'd be uttering, possibly ever. Spence versus Crawford prediction. Can't wait. Can't wait for it. I've got to hold my hands up a little bit. I didn't think Spence was going to take this fight. I've always maintained his team never wanted it. And I still don't think his team really fancy it. But you have to give him credit. He's proved he does want to fight. They've taken it. They've cut all the bullshit out. The two fighters have got on the phone, sorted it out like men, like real fighters should do. And we all know if two fighters want to fight, the fight will get made. If one fighter doesn't want to fight, the fight won't get made. Clearly, both fighters wanted this fight to get made, and I cannot wait. Boxing is all about moments, as in life, but boxing is really about moments, and you can't beat the moments before two men are going to do battle. When their names have been announced, they're in the ring, they've touched gloves, they turn away to the corner. Those few seconds, I wish you could bottle it. The adrenaline, the anticipation. And that's just me watching it. Imagine the fighters or their teams or the family members. You know, you get those butterflies in your stomach and you just know when two greats are going at it. You can't beat it. There's no other sport that can beat it. I don't care. Listen, I'm a big football fan. I'm a MMA fan. But when you have two big-time fighters at the peak of the powers going against each other, undefeated champions for the undisputed world welterweight title. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You cannot beat it. I can't wait. It's just going to be unbelievable. Right. Talking about the fight, I'm not going to technically break it down because these two are so good. They're so high level that they can change their game plan. You know, Crawford could come out and Spence might do something that he wasn't anticipating or better than he thought, and he can change course, right? He can switch it, he can go orthodox, he's a southpaw. There's many things that Bud Crawford can do in this fight, right? So it's hard to technically break this down because they're both so good. Right? It's not going to be an easy fight for both fighters. So anyone saying Crawford's going to get knocked out in round 7 or is going to get taken out early, nonsense. That's not going to happen. And Spence isn't going to get taken out early. Right? This is a 50-50 fight. We all have opinions. Right? I'm going to give you my opinion on it, but it's a 50-50 fight. I've always maintained throughout the years that Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence. Errol Spence is a phenomenal fighter. He's a world-class fighter. He's an elite fighter. But Bud Crawford is a generational talent. Right? When we're talking about pound-for-pound fighters, I think it's a load of bullshit to talk about that all the time. It means nothing. What? As though a heavyweight's going to fight a flyweight. Right? You put a new age number one, which he could be. He's an unbelievable fighter. Right? But he's not going to fight Tyson Fury, is he? So it doesn't mean much, pound for pound. It doesn't mean much, right? But when we're talking about skill level, Bud Crawford, for me, is the best pound for pound fighter on this planet. When we're talking about all-round skill level, he is that good. He does everything exceptionally well. The best thing about him is his foot movement, his balance, his timing. You never see his feet off balance. You never see him stumbling. You never see him crossing the feet. Just so smooth, and that's what generates the power. He's not a power puncher, right? It's more timing. Terence Crawford is a master counter puncher. Absolute master. He will work you out. He won't rush him. He won't get flustered. He'll take a few rounds off if he has to, but he will download that data, right? And he will punish you. The way Bud can adapt to situations is special. It really is. Errol Spence is a great fighter. He is, right? He's a strong, come-forward fighter. He can counter-punch as well. He can box on the outside if he has to, but he likes to come forward, put the pressure on, right? And he's a formidable fighter. He is. So Bud is going to have major problems with him, right? But I just think he's a better fighter than Errol Spence. I do. It's not disrespectful to Errol Spence. It's just Crawford is that good. He's that good. I can't see him getting beat. Can I see a bad decision? Yes. I always say it in my videos. Of course I can. We know what boxing is. controversy really could rear its ugly head in this one. I think Bud knows he's not going to get any favours on the judges' scorecard, and I think he's preparing to knock Errol Spence out late on. I think he will really be vicious late on in the fight. I think it'll be very close early on. I think they'll both be working each other out. I expect Spence to have probably more success in the first few rounds, but then I expect Bud to adapt to him and then to be vicious with the counter punching. And eventually, I think he'll back Errol Spence up. One thing about Bud is he's strong. He's deceivingly strong on the inside. People think he's coming up in weight. He's against a bigger man, but he's like an ox. He's strong. You can't move him. Very strong. And that's all a foundation of the feet as well. When you have great feet, it's not only your punching power that improves, it's the way you absorb shots as well, because you can take the shot. If your feet are good and powerful, right, you can take the shots better. If they're skinny and you're on Bambi legs, you're going to go down, right? Crawford has got exceptional feet, and he can just make you miss by that split second, right? Or he can deflect a shot. You could go on his shoulder, or he can take it on the glove, and he can just take that bit of impact that's going to stop him from being knocked out. Right? And I don't think Spence can do that with Bud. I don't think he's going to be able to download Bud's data and outbox Bud. I will be absolutely shocked if Spence wins this fight comfortably. Shocked. I can't see it. I think Bud is number one. I think he's number one. I think he's going to prove it on Saturday night. I think as the rounds get on, I think it'll become apparent that he's outclassing Spencer. And the thing that's really in my mind, right, that's making me convinced that Bud will win this fight is not just the ability, it's the inactivity, it's the car crash, it's the eye injury. Look how many times Spencer's fought since 2019. Twice. 2 times in 4 years. Now, I know Bud hasn't been exactly fighting 3 times a year for the last 3 years himself. He's not exactly been active. He's had political, promotional issues, right? But he fought in December. Spence, again, a year out the ring, over a year since he fought Ugas. Like I said, 2 times in 4 years. Injuries, problems. That's gonna have an effect on you. It has to. The Ugas fight, I thought would be a big issue. I thought the inactivity would be a major problem. And I said Ugas were causing trouble with the right hand, and he nearly dropped him. He did cause him issue with it, but I was shocked with how easily Spence won that fight. But Ugas isn't Bud, right? It's not. I think it's all going to come up during all the inactivity, all the issues. I think we will see this on Saturday night because Bud will take advantage, right? And I can't see anything past a Bud Crawford victory. I think he's going to prove how good he is. He's going to shut a lot of people up because I've been saying for years how good this man is. And if he doesn't, and he gets beat and he gets outclassed, fair enough. Right? I'll be annoyed that I've got it wrong, but I'll hold my hands up. I just don't want to see controversy. I don't want to see issues. I don't want to see split decisions or draws or just controversy. Just let the right man win, which is why I think Bud has to be majorly aggressive, and he has to really look to take Spence out later on. He has to really assert his dominance and show that he's winning this fight. He can't nick it. He can't do it on the back foot. He's going to have to mix fire with fire. He will know this, right? He knows he's going to have to stand there in the pocket and fucking let his hands go because he can't do it all on the outside. Spence is too good for that. He will cut him down, and they're going to have to, and they'll engage. So he's going to have to be smart. He's going to have to fight on the inside, and he's got to do a lot on the outside as well. But I think the lateral movement, the foot movement, the balance, and the counter punching will win him this fight. I think he's just that bit better than Errol Spence. As I say, this is an elite fighter in Spence against a generational talent. So for me, Terence Crawford, late stoppage after round 8 or a decision victory. Could be split majority, you don't know with the judges. But Terence Crawford wins this fight. Right, let me know what you think. Do you agree with my assessment? Do you think Spencer's going to win? Who wins the fight? Like, comment, subscribe, let me know.